Okay, so this is my screencast-o-matic for the Dead Poets Society.
Why do I stand up here? Anybody?
To feel taller.
No. Thank you for playing, Mr. Dalton. I stand upon my desk to remind myself that we must constantly look at things in a different way.
Okay, so the teacher engaged his students by A, standing on his desk, B, playing somewhat of a game with them, and C, engaging their attention in the fact that he is standing on his desk, because not many teachers do that. So it really adds to his dramatic element of his teaching style, which gets their attention and gets them laughing and getting them to pay more attention.
See, the world looks very different from up here. You don't believe me? Come see for yourselves. Come on. Come on.
So he gets the students up out of their own desks and asks them to stand on his desk, because that is going to engage them even further than him standing on his desk. They're going to be up, they're going to be active, their brains are going to be thinking, hey, why am I standing on this desk? Why am I getting to stand on my teacher's desk? What is he trying to show me?
Just when you think you know something, you have to look at it in another way. Even though it may seem silly or wrong, you must try.
So this is so true when we're teaching our students how to read. He is trying to give them not only a life lesson, but also a lesson in reading literature, because you can't always look at something from the first stand in literature. So he's telling them and showing them by getting them up out of their seats and on his desk to think of things in a different aspect in reading and in life.
When you read, don't just consider what the author thinks. Consider what you think. Boys, you must strive to find your own voice. Because the longer you wait to begin, the less likely you are to find it at all. Thoreau said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Don't be resigned to that. Break out. Now don't just walk off the edge like lemmings. Look around you. There you go, Mr. Christie.
Okay, so he combined their own knowledge of their lives, combined with a little bit of a Thoreau quote to kind of put it in more of an academic knowledge standpoint to them. And I think the main thing about this video is he got them out of their seats. He got them engaged in what he was saying. And then when he threw in a little bit of the academic knowledge with a little bit of life knowledge, you got a better outcome from the students. They were engaged, they paid attention, they were thinking outside of the box. And when they left his class that day, they were thinking of things that they could do, and their minds were more open and ready and willing for the assignment that he's going to assign at the end of this clip.
Thank you. Yes. Dare to strike out and find new ground. Now, in addition to your essays, I would like you to compose a poem of your own, an original work.
Okay, so he hyped them all up and got them really excited about life and about what they're doing in their classroom, and then he slammed on them that they had to write their own poem, which they were not happy about. But because he had already got them hyped up, they were more open to the idea, because they knew that he could be trusted with their knowledge, perhaps, I guess is a one way you could say it, in the way that he moved in the classroom and was receptive to them even when they were wrong, like in the beginning of the clip. So he didn't necessarily judge them. He kind of made a game out of it, but not in a condescending game, in a fun, crazy, understanding teacher way. Okay, so once again, he's using humor and drama to get their attention. To say, okay, guys, well, you're acting like a bunch of, crazy people because you don't want to write a poem and perform it in front of the entire class. Get over it. But by using the dramatic and humorous elements, the guys in his class were more receptive, because that's something that teenage boys respond to.
That's right. You have to deliver it aloud in front of the class on Monday. Bonne chance, gentlemen.
Okay, so they were upset about it, but because he had hyped them up, he got them excited. They were ready. They not necessarily the most excited people I've ever met about it, but they were willing to do it. So if we talk about the quality of this quality of the clip is Very awesome. Obviously, it's from a movie. Then you have his stance, like from the classroom, how he engaged his students was that he was standing on a desk. He used humor and a game kind of get their attention and get them laughing. And then he threw in a little bit of academic knowledge to kind of get them where they needed to be. So he not only engaged their minds, but their hearts because they were thinking and they were receptive to his learning because he was kind of out of the box. Not many teachers are going to stand on their desks and be crazy.